Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, so I just wanted to jump on here, say thank you so much for stopping by to watch this. To all my old subscribers that keep coming back and keep commenting on all my videos, thank you guys so much. I know I've changed kind of my videos, like what I'm actually recording and doing, kind of from the gift ideas to more of the wedding decor, but that is because that has become my full-time job here in Colorado. I've been doing tons of custom signs, rental decor pickups and drop-offs. I also do venue styling, where I go set up the venue, and then I also provide coordination too. So I'm really trying to just be everything that we were looking for whenever we were engaged and getting ready to be married. So one other update, as you can see, I'm in a new office, which means I'm in a new house. We are out of our tiny little townhouse that we were in before, thank goodness. The kitchen and office and just everything was just tiny. I think we went from like a 900 square foot to I think we have like 15 or 1400 or something. And a garage, which has been awesome. So my husband calls the garage my warehouse. That is where all of my decor is stored. I'll have to do a little tour of that here soon. But I wanted to show you guys how I do the cardstock table numbers and signs, because my last video of the wood block table numbers has been so popular. But this project, I would say, is like about a medium difficulty, because you have to cut the wood, you have to stain it, you have to make the stencil, paint it, you need space, time, the materials, all that good stuff. So reel it back in a little bit, go with the cardstock, which is actually what I use for most of the weddings that I work. Because they can be customized to whatever the couple's using for their table numbers. Like, for instance, doesn't have to just be the number. Like, I mean, just traditionally people would be like table 1, table 2, table 3, yada yada. But now what's becoming more and more popular is couples are using like the cities that they visited together, or here in Colorado using like the 14ers. The names of the 14ers has been really popular. I've even had a couple where the guy was a cop, and we ended up doing American theme songs, which was like America the Beautiful and stuff like that. So that was really cool, just to give you some ideas on how you can personalize it for your own wedding. And then I also, for these, have many different holders, so you can go with a couple different looks, sizes. You can use any font, any color cardstock as well. So it's really easy to customize and make it what you want. Alrighty, these are just some of the projects that I've done recently, like the wood sign from the last one. And then you can see here, I've done some seating charts, and also trolley sign there, which I plan on doing some videos here soon over those. But these would be just like, you know, the regular table numbers, which even these people did song names, like Millionaire and stuff like that. But let's scroll down here and we can actually see just some of the, like there was the America the Beautiful that I was talking about, and then these were the just regular table numbers. So then those are the actual assignment cards with the names on them, but right now we are just going to be making the actual table numbers. So as you can see, I have this reserved already, well, the reserve made already, and I have the table numbers made already. So once you do it, you can just save it, and they will be there for you to use in the future. So that is what that project looks like, and that is for those bigger ones. You can see they are 5 inches long, so that would be for these little wood holders, which I got off Etsy. Alrighty, So I'm going to show you guys how we make this template. So I'm just going to make a new one. I'm going to create a shape. I'm just going to drop in a square, which I'm just going to unlock and drag out to the size that I want, which that is about a 5 by 3. And then I'm actually gonna make that white because I don't want my machine to color the background or anything. So I'm gonna use the white, and the machine's basically going to cut it like it's on white cardstock, even though it's colored. So we're just gonna add in our table name or number. I'm just going to put 1. And then this font is Staya from defont.com, which I will link below. It's one of my favorites. But I just ungroup that to drag the letters back together. And I select those letters and then I weld them. So now we have the actual part that it's going to cut out of the cardstock, and then we have the part that it's going to print on the cardstock, which would be the letters. So what I like to do is this is gonna be in the wood piece, right? So I wanna just bring it up just a tad. So I'm not gonna make it perfectly center here vertically. I'm just gonna bring it up a tad. But I am gonna make it perfectly centered horizontally. So I'm going to align and then center horizontally, which has been one of my favorite tools. Sometimes if it has a long tail like this on one of the letters, it can look uneven still. So I'll just kind of bring that back a little bit. Now I'm going to select all of, well, not all, just all that's here right now. But once you have lots of numbers here, you won't be able to do that. You can just select all, then flatten, and then this is ready to cut and print. But I'm gonna go ahead and unflatten this back. So I have my my number here, and then I can go ahead and duplicate these for however many you need. So let's say I need 6, which is how many I did for my own wedding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I had 1 extra. And then you would basically just, oh, now that's in the back, so I just want to move it forward. But now we would basically just be aligning horizontally, select the one table number that you're working with, and then you want to flatten those together. Easy peasy. Then move on to the next number. And then same thing, we're going to ungroup that. You guys can see, oh, I didn't realize the top was cut off. But the ungroup is right up here. And I have tons of videos too on how to ungroup and group and weld and all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna try to get the flattened part at the bottom for now. Alrighty, so we are just going to bring those letters together, weld them. We got our back to our table number. I'm just gonna kind of make it about the same size as the one. So you might have to unlock it, manipulate it a little bit, and then I'm going to align it horizontally on the card that I want, and then I'm going to flatten that. So that is ready to print and cut. It is one item. Okay, so now let's say, maybe I'll keep those for now. Let's say you've got like a 2x4 or something that you want to make, and basically just drag it down, and then you'd still leave the extra little bit here for like the round wood number or even the black metal holder. So yeah, just do stuff like that. And if you want it reserved, that font is Kaiden. which is either on Cricut already or it's from defont.com. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But basically, I'm just gonna make a reserve sign. I think that actually looks pretty good, that size there. Center it horizontally, going to flatten it, and then it is ready. So why don't we just cut out, I'm actually going to, I need a couple of these, so I'm gonna duplicate that, so I have a couple of reserve signs, and then I'm going to cut out the 1 and 2 just for you guys to see. I'm gonna delete everything that I'm not using, and then I am ready to head on over and make my project. So now what it's doing, since we are using just a standard paper here, standard cardstock size, which this is the specific cardstock that I use. It's the Paper Studio. It is 8.5 by 11, so just the standard paper size. And then it comes in these different colors. So they're all, I mean, they're not too far off. Like the colors, you can see on here, they're not too far off. They'd just kind of be like a tint of green versus a tint of tan or yellow or blue and stuff like that. But that is them. And I have another page here that I am gonna be using, but it's like the blue tinted one. So we have that, it's ready to print and cut. We are going to press, let me continue down here. And first thing it wants us to do is send to our printer. All right, now we have it printed. We are cutting on the medium cardstock setting and going to load it into our Cricut. This really doesn't take that long. The longest part is it actually, what it's doing now, which it has the light on, and it's basically just registering those marks on the side so it knows exactly where to cut. Alrighty, now that is done. Now, usually with these, I just use a standard grip mat, but one that has been used. So I'm not going to use like a brand new one because it's most likely just going to peel the cardstock when I try to pull it off. So for these, I don't want them to bend, so I'm actually just going to flip it upside down and try to pull the cards off that way, which they are coming off really easily. All right, and there we have little ones, which talked about. You can see the blue versus the tan in that pack. But they're here, and they fit perfectly into the holder. Or you can use these, which I got these off Amazon, which I will link below. I do have another reserve sign to print, but I don't really need it, so I was just doing it more for this video, but they're always good to have on hand too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for more DIY wedding related videos.